Joining us now is Michael Wilds, managing partner at Wilds & Weinberg, to talk about the government's temporary suspension here of premium processing of these H1B visas. What we want to know from you is what this means for U.S. companies, what this means for startups. I don't know if you've had the chance to talk to any of them, but many people concerned. Of course, this goes into effect beginning of April and could last up to 6 months, taking the period from a 15-day approval process to between 3 and 6 months. What do you make of this?
Big challenge for our clients, big challenge for people in our space. Right now, H1Bs take anywhere between 3 and 6 months, and the government was able to do its business in straight order by adjudicating within 15 days. This is as if the Trump administration is taking the biblical straw away from the bricks, as it were. It's upset that Americans are not hiring Americans, and they're going to make it more difficult for foreign nationals to stay in America. The H1B visa itself is a schizophrenic experience. On the one hand, we insist that America's employers post in 2 conspicuous positions the opportunity for somebody to get the job, with the prayer that an American can get the job. And on the other hand, we insist that these foreign nationals be paid extraordinary prevailing wages so that they're protected from abuse. So which is it? We want them or we don't want them? The H-1B visa is used in the biggest companies and the most robust industries, from hospitality to technology. There isn't a law firm that hasn't gone through an H-1B experience who practices in the international arena, or a hotel, or any kind of intellectual property effort that is supported by H-1Bs. So ostensibly, this has to be gotten right, and just stopping the premium processing is a harsh effort.
If you are a company that is currently employing a lot of people through the H-1B visa process, how does that affect your business right now? And then for people who are looking to get the H-1B visa, should they, I mean, if they've already put their name in, I guess that's done, over and done with, but is there something else that people should keep in mind if they want to get these visas?
Very good question. For the employers, our suggestion has been what employers have been doing for the last few years, which is to recruit with people that already have H-1Bs. There's a portability clause under the law that allows employers and employees to maneuver from one H-1 company to another. So companies are well advised to look amongst the constituents of those that have already been awarded an H-1, because they're permitted to onboard on their payroll upon the filing of the new H-1B with immigration. That is after they've gone to the Labor Department, and that is a maneuver for employers. For those souls that are looking for their first opportunity to become an H-1B visa holder, a very different journey. There are other visas. If they're Canadians, they can look for the trade NAFTA visa, so long as Mr. Trump doesn't come after trade NAFTA treaties. You can look for an O visa if the person's not out of school and they have some talent in their space, or they can look for E visas based on the treaties of trade or commerce that we have with their companies. The harsh rule of taking away the premium processing is not to go into play until April 3rd. It's still the month of March. Now's the time that individuals should lawyer up and take counsel to see if there are alternative narratives. And they are saying that this is a temporary measure to, quote unquote, get back to their old applications and to get rid of the backlog, which I don't understand, mind you, because this is a moneymaker for the government. They say they're only looking at the premium processing cases and they have to get back to the other cases. It just means that they're going to delay all cases.
And two, we know 85,000 of these visas granted each year. Very quickly, Michael, if the process changes from a lottery system to a preferential system where those foreigners who are educated in the U.S. actually do get preference, how does that change this equation?
Well, first of all, let's think that foreign students are really a gain for for American institutions in the United States, and this would be the right thing to onboard foreign students into the workforce. But we have to come up with a better metric. Even President Bush Jr. Looked at this more favorably when we had 200,000 H-1Bs. There shouldn't be a cap on H-1Bs. If America's companies need foreign talent, it's going to make America great by bringing these foreign nationals in. And why would we want to educate the world's brightest and then shoot ourselves in the foot effectively and not give them a path into the workforce. It's not good for America. Let's remind ourselves this great experiment in democracy, this golden doors that America's immigrants have opened since our inception, are really the inventory of talent that we want. Foreign nationals eventually become Americans and they employ Americans. We need to get this right.
Michael Wilds, thank you so much for joining us again, managing partner at Wilds and Weinberg.
Pleasure. Thank you.